Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Upward Transitions, a moment of hope. We are so excited today because we have as our special guest Mr. Wade Brawley, and he is the recipient of our Inspiring Hope Award that Upward Transitions presents every year. And this is the second year actually that we've done it. I'm going to bring Mr. Brawley on. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Oh, great. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me here.
We're so glad you were able to meet with us today and just share a few moments of hope with everyone that supports us and those who may want to know more about our mission. So just to tell everyone a little bit about you, you are a management consultant specializing in land information and workflow solutions for the oil and gas producer. And the name of your company is Land Information Services LLC. I'll get that right. Thank you so much for being here. And also, you've been on the board for Upward Transitions for many years. You've partnered with us since I think around 2004. Is that right?
Yeah,
and
about 20 years.
Yes, and you also serve on the board of the Lynn Institute, which performs clinical trials for pharmaceuticals and conducts community outreach programs that educates communities on healthy living practices. And you serve on that, and you've done some early volunteer service for Making the Great program, which is sponsors mentors for boys and girls attending the at-risk middle school. So we just want to welcome you. How long have you lived in Oklahoma City, Wade?
Oh gosh, maybe close to 40 years now. So ironically, I was raised in California, but I was born in Oklahoma, spent the first 2 weeks of my life here, and then we moved. And so I never had any intention of coming back here, but it just kind of happened coincidentally. I was transferred here and just kind of reconnected with family, aunts, uncles, grandparents, and thought I really like this place. And so here I stayed.
Yes. Well, then I guess we can say you're truly an Okie at this point.
I am.
But,
Can't deny it.
Just to tell you a little bit about the Inspiring Hope Award, he received it on May 6th this year at our American Tourist event. And the Inspiring Hope Award, we say, embodies the phrase from Upward Transitions mission statement, inspiring hope with our neighbors, especially those who are experiencing homelessness or housing instability. So when we survey our clients and we ask the question, are you feeling more hopeful? Their response is generally a high number of people do say we are more hopeful since we've encountered Upward Transitions and the services that were provided. So you join Upward Transitions in our effort and work to infuse hope in the Oklahoma County community. And we appreciate you so much, and we want to honor and recognize you for that. And we appreciate your leadership that you have shown to Upward Transitions through the years. So what does it mean to you to be selected as the recipient of the Upward Transitions Inspiring Hope Award?
Well, first of all, knowing that the first recipient was Mayor David Holt makes it a huge honor because I'm a huge fan of his. I mean, he is so full of energy and life and fairness and equity, with a genuine concern with the underserved community, so agile that I just think he's a great leader and great spokesperson. So to follow in his footsteps, to be the second recipient is an honor in itself. And it's also an honor that I like the title. I like the fact that there's the verb inspiring hope. And I think it's so much more important that the award is about someone who is helping others, someone who is inspiring others to have hope and to make a difference. I would much rather have recognition for being able to influence others to do good than just for some small amount of good I might have done. So it's a huge honor. I'm really excited about it. I have my little plaque right there by my desk, so everyone has to see it.
That's great. So why is it that you believe in the work of Upward Transitions?
Well, I mean, I feel like people generally have good intentions at heart, and they want to be independent. And I really like the mission of Upward Transitions, that they want to end generational poverty. We can't end poverty. I mean, it's going to happen, but to stop the cycle within a family or within a person's life, that's doable. To provide solutions that help them to help themselves, that's a solution. So I really like the idea that Upward Transitions isn't trying to do it all. I mean, they are firm believers in collaborating, and that's important because there's so much work to be done. So to know what we can do, that's important, and to not dilute our effort. So that's why it's important to me. And I like the economy of the organization. I mean, the fact that over 90% of every dollar contributed to the organization goes to the client and not so much to administration, because of the efficiency of the staff and of the organization. So I'm a huge proponent, huge advocate of Upward Transitions. Can you tell?
Yes, and we thank you for that. And just in thinking back, what was your first encounter? When was your first encounter with Upward Transitions, and how did you become introduced to us?
I think it was when they were recruiting volunteers for one of the American tourist parties. So it was about 20 years ago. And I just thought it was fun. At that time, we were in a little office behind Kaiser's Ice Cream. I don't know what it's called now, but everyone knows that building off 10th and Walker. Not such a nice location like what you have now. And I remember meeting there and just seeing all the supplies and the racks behind us. And it was a busy place with very few staff. And I thought, well, this is really efficient. And in those days, we all had to break our backs to get that party put together. I mean, we rolled the tables in, we carried them up those stairs at Farmers Market. We set it up, we broke it down, we cleaned. It was like being in a fraternity again, I think, being a pledge. But despite all the hard work, I really had fun. And so I thought, yeah, this is going to work. I'm going to stick with this. Yeah. So I've been doing what I can with the organization ever since, whether it's to support a party or to participate in the evenings out, where a percentage of your evening bill, your meal, goes to Upward Transitions. It's a fun way to raise money.
Yeah, and that's coming up, our celebrity wait night at Hideaway Pizza on July 21st. Yeah. So you've been engaged with this organization for over 20 years, and now you currently serve as a member of the Upward Transitions Advisory Board. So can you tell us a little bit about what your role is there in serving on the advisory board?
On the advisory board of Upward Transitions, I'm fortunate that I don't have to go to every meeting, but I do take it seriously when the organization calls on me to help in some way. Again, sponsoring a table or two at the party, to go to those wait nights, to help in any way I can. I talk about the organization a lot, so I'm always recommending to people, if you're looking for a cause or a way to contribute or a way to volunteer your time, this is a fun organization that does a lot of good. So, and anything else you might ask me to do, I'll consider it. I'll do it. So, always happy to help.
Yeah, and we appreciate you being there as a sounding board for the organization, and any advice that we might need to ask your wisdom for. But and so, in the way that you've been engaged, over 20 years with Upward Transitions, why is it that you believe that it's important to give back to your community at large?
Well, I think if we're not giving back, we're just taking, then we're really not part of the community. And, there's no fun in that. So I think it's important to also look around you and realize where you are. What is the reality of Oklahoma City or of your community? There are some of us who live in, these nice neighborhoods. We go to work in a nice building, and that's all we see. But, it's important to get out and drive around and see other parts of town and realize, what is the city really all about? What are, where are there homeless people? Where are there people in need? And be aware of your full community, not just your little neighborhood. So that's hugely important. And my work at Lynn Institute, I think, folds nicely into the goal of upward transitions. So, in fact, the word hope is very much part of our mission statement, not just, hoping. Some people look at the word hope and they think, oh, it's, you're like wishing. It's like a passive word, but I don't see it that way. I see it as a science. Hope is a very energetic word. You can use hope to make things happen. So, and that's, we talk about that at Lynn Institute, that the science of hope and how important that is, and engaging different components of our community to work together. So, I think we're all, we've got the same goal to help homeless, help the people in need. So, yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of other agencies and other organizations, Oklahoma City is extremely fortunate in that we have, some people call it the Oklahoma Standard or whatever, but we work together in a collaborative fashion. Like, it's not like not one organization can meet all the needs of those who are homeless or experiencing or at risk of being homeless. There's just too many, because it's just layers and layers of complexity of why they're in the position they're in. So we do have partner agencies, and there are different organizations that work in a collaborative effort, focusing on their wheelhouse, their strong point, their core strength, to help meet the needs of our community. And, we love being a part of that safety net in our community, and truly believe in collaboration. So in thinking about the different ways that you've had a giving moment over the years, can you think of one that has truly impacted you?
A few come to mind. One is when I sort of started over my career 12 years ago. A friend of mine reached out to me and said, "Hey, I've got extra offices in my building. Come work with me." And not only that, but he said, "Whatever you need. I mean, could I loan you money? Could I, can I help you in any way?" And I thought, wow, that this is a good friend, and he continues to be a good friend. In fact, he was at my table when I was presented the award. So it was neat to kind of come full circle and have him and his wife there. Wonderful people. But really, anytime someone smiles at me or maybe pays me a compliment or some kind of kind word, that's giving. And we all need to remember that that such little effort is a gift to someone else. And so I have to appreciate that. And then maybe a word of thanks from someone who feels like you helped them, but you didn't realize it. I mean, this happened just the other day. I received an email from someone who, he didn't really work for me, but I kind of mentored him years and years ago, a long time ago. And he writes this email. He had changed his career and, kind of shifted his focus. And, and I gave him some words of wisdom, falling back on my experience, like, hey, it may be scary, but I trust in you. I know that things will work out well for you. And so he responds back about how I've always been so kind, and no one uses that word about me. I mean, I'm a good person, but no one describes me as kind. And that really touched me when he said, "You've always been so kind and offered good advice and kind words. And I really appreciate that." This is someone I don't know that well. And I thought, what a nice gift he gave me. He feels like I gave him a gift, but no, he gave me a gift by reflecting back. And then, another example of that is I had a nephew that had fallen on hard times many, many years ago, a long time ago. And he came up with the idea that, what, I'll be a trucker. I'm going to go to trucking school. But he didn't have any money. So I said, I will give you the money for trucking school. I will consider this an investment. He wanted to pay me back. He said, no. You use this as an opportunity to change your life and to earn an income to support your family. And that'll be a gift to me. He said, okay. So he does that, and he made good on his promise. He's had a successful career as a trucker. He's raised a beautiful family, and I kind of forgot all about it. Years later, and just last fall we were in Washington State sitting in these Adirondack chairs, looking out at the forest, and he's sitting there and he says, I just wanted to thank you for that chance you gave me. And I'm thinking, what? I couldn't remember. I had no idea. And he recited that story again. And it was like a gift given all over again, that he remembered that after this many years and reminded me that I helped him to change his life for the better. And again, so that was a gift to me. And so I try to remember that anytime I can offer someone, thanks or appreciation, gratitude, however small, man, it makes a big difference to them, because it makes a big difference to me as well when I receive it. It's an important lesson.
And I will say, we all agree here at Upward Transitions. We always use the word kind when we speak of you. And Perry Ann Pulliam, our CEO, says he's such a kind man. And so, we use that adjective all the time to describe you. But we are very grateful to all the support that you and your wife have shown us throughout the years, and your faithfulness to the mission and the cause that Upward Transitions is working on every day. Our case managers serving those who are homeless or those who are on the verge of becoming homeless. And together, we're all working to prevent and reduce homelessness in our community. And our strategies work. The research shows that.
They're proven.
And they are proven. And we are grateful for your partnership, Wade, and so excited that we were able to bestow the Inspiring Hope Award to you this year. And we, fully deserve it. And we are so thankful for you. So, well, our moment of hope is coming to a close here. And so we just want to tell everyone, thank you for all your support at the American Tourist event that was last month. And we have hit a new record of $105,355. So this is a new record for Upward Transitions as far as this event, fundraising event. And we know that Wade has been a part of that every year. And we are excited that for next year and to see what more we can do, because the work that we accomplish is totally based on how much funding we have and how many case managers we employ. That determines the number of people that we can help. So our goal is to increase our case managers, increase funding, and to continue to reach out to that community that's in need. So thank you so much, Wade, for joining us today and sharing your thoughts. And
well, thank you. And thank you for making all the events of this organization so much fun. Keep doing that, and we'll all keep attending. And thanks for making this interview so much fun. I've really enjoyed this. Enjoyed talking with you.
Well, we love it, and thank you again. And we'll say goodbye to everybody. You can wave, and we'll tell you goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
See you later. Thanks for joining us today.